Laura here, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to use this guy here to improve your runs. Pretty bold statement, right? How a tiny little ball like this will help you to reduce the pain that you feel in your feet, improve your ankle mobility, and also potentially help to decrease some of that tightness that you have in your calves as well. We are going to be using this ball that I will link down in the description below, but you can also use something like a tennis ball. I would recommend a softball. Baseball could work, might be a little bit too hard. Lacrosse ball, but I really encourage you to get one of these guys. So before I go into what we're going to be doing today, if you're new to my page, I am Laura. I'm a certified Pilates instructor and personal trainer. And on my channel, I bring you guys fitness tips, wellness tips, injury prevention tips so that you can keep doing what you love better and longer. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. And also I have been adding in 5-minute to 20-minute long workout videos as well. So if you have a special request, go ahead and put it down in the comments below. Love reading your guys' comments. Now let's get to what you guys came here for. We're going to be using this ball for some foot mobility, and I'll also show you how to use it for some ankle mobility drills as well. I am going to be wearing socks, but I really recommend doing this exercise barefoot. I personally didn't want to showcase my bare feet on the internet here, so I will be wearing socks, but I highly encourage you to use your bare feet to the ball. We are in socks and shoes all day, and that does decrease our proprioception, which is basically that feedback loop from your different nerves and muscle fibers to your brain. So by doing this barefoot, you are going to help improve that proprioception, improve the balance and stability in your feet, which will also help with strengthening them. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna move the camera and we're gonna put this ball on the floor. We are going to be starting with the ball on the floor with the pad of our foot on top of the ball. And from here, I just want you to start to roll your foot on the ball from side to side. I do have the heel of my foot off of the floor so that I can have my foot in a somewhat parallel to the ground position. And I am applying as much pressure as I feel comfortable onto the ball here. So already from here, you might feel something, you might not feel anything. I'm going to go through a couple different orientations for this ball, but as of right now, you're just going from side to side here and just bringing awareness, noticing where you might have some tight spots at the bottom of your feet. Just like when you foam roll and you have knots that you roll out, or your massage therapist can, apply pressure in your calf or your back or your hips or whatnot, you're going to find that your foot is also going to have those same adhesions, those same muscle tightness knots, and we're going to use this ball to help find out where they are. After you finish going from side to side about 10 times, I'm going to move it a little bit further down so that I'm more on my arch. So before I was on the pad of my feet, right underneath my toes, and now I'm just below the pad of my foot, not quite on the center of my arch, still going from side to side. You might need to grab a chair or be along the wall and place your hand on it to help you with balance here. So I really do want your foot that's being rolled out to be hovering, and for there to be pressure going over the ball through the front side of your foot over, and your heel bone pressing down-ish, so that over from both directions helps you to find that parallel position through your feet, right? I'm not here at an angle, and I'm also not here at an angle, I'm parallel. After we've gone from side to side for a little bit, I'm going to move it down even deeper. Here, I found a little bit of a sticky spot. It's really interesting, and you'll find, because we're going to do both feet, you'll find that one foot might feel a little bit different than the other foot. So for me on this foot, I can feel a little bit more tightness as I'm on the inside of my arch than as I go to the outside of my foot here. And I know that on my opposite foot, it's the opposite. I feel a little bit more tension when I go to the pinky side instead of that big toe side. At all these different points, we just took notice of where there were kind of those tight spots or those sticky spots, and we're going to go back to them. So find a spot that was kind of sticky or tight on you, and I want you to, now we are gonna rest the heel bone down, and I want you to curl your toes over, and you're gonna lengthen your toes up. Curl your toes over, lengthen your toes up. So now we're using our own muscle energy to help roll out and massage through the ball. I contract through the arch of my foot, I lengthen through the arch of my foot. And as I do that, I'm using my own, like I said, muscle energy for a little trigger point release here. This is gonna help with the mobility of your metatarsals that sit along here and help with the doming of your arch. So if you're someone that has a little bit of flat feet, this is gonna help to bring and lift up your arch. After about 5 to 10, you're gonna go through the same kind of zigzag pattern and see if you can find another sticky spot. I found one through the center part of my arch, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Dome my toes over and then lengthen my toes up. So I mentioned that my feet, they do feel differently. And on this right side, the side that I had my hip surgery on, I kind of have a little bit of, I call it a sticky toe. It just is a little bit stiffer than the rest of my digits. And so because of that stiffness, I do tend to get a little bit more sore through the arch, the inside arch of my foot. So that's one of the reasons why I really like doing this curling and lengthening here, because I'm really trying to encourage this joint, this metatarsal joint on my foot, to get a little bit more mobile, more flexible, so that I don't have to load that one specific spot of my arch a lot. Once again, 5 to 10, move on to a different spot if you have another one, and same thing. Now, step onto the floor with both feet and just notice if you feel the floor that you're standing on a little bit differently. I can already feel that even with socks on, my right foot here, it does look like it's more spread, more open through the top side here to take up more surface area through the floor. And then also, even through the sock, I can feel the fibers of the carpet a little bit more acutely underneath my right foot than I can on the left foot. And going back to what we said at the beginning of this video, wearing socks, wearing shoes, it kind of dulls out the sensation that our foot can feel underneath us, making the muscle fibers, that neuron connection from our muscles to our brain, get kind of like a little sleepy. I always tell my clients, it's like the road is a little dusty. The road is there, but it's not quite as clear as what it could be. And so when you do this type of rolling out barefoot, it really starts to clear out the dust. And as that road becomes clearer, then things like single leg balancing become a little bit easier. Then we start to get connected a little bit more to the muscles that we have through our leg as well, because the muscle tendons that are in the top of the foot here, in the bottom of the arch here, they all are actually source and a little bit higher up in the leg, and then get a little bit thinner, a little bit slimmer as they come down into the floor. So it's going to help you to access more power through the backside of your leg, and then ultimately to helping you get connected to the rest of your kinetic chain, your body. Now we're going to move on to coming down onto the floor. I'm going to stick with my right foot, and as we're here on our foot, what I want you to think of, like we said, this is kind of the belly of the beast. Where the power, where the source of our foot is going to come from, it is in the muscles that are on this part of our leg. They get slimmer, thinner as they come down and insert into the various digits, into the various spots of our underside of our foot. So a lot of time when we're having foot pain, it also is so beneficial to be rolling out through the back of the calf, through the sides of the calf, and even through the front side here. So a lot of times I'll do this with a ball, or I'll even grab a foam roller as well to do some myofascial release through the leg as well. So you can, like a foam roller, be moving the ball underneath the back side of your leg. Find those spots that are a little bit tight. I found right here on the side of my leg, and I'm going to start to flex and point. Once again, using our own muscle energy to help loosen up that adhesive spot, adhesion. And then we're gonna go into some circles here as well. As I do the circles, how this is encouraging more mobility of my ankle is if I keep my leg bone, my knee bone, my shin bone all facing the same direction as I'm going my circles. So for example, if I'm circling my ankle by moving my leg bone, looks a little silly, but I've seen it before, that's why I mention it, then we're not actually going to encourage this joint here to be improving its mobility here. So the ankle, it can flex and point like we were just doing, and then it also inverts and everts as well. And we want to think about tracing a small, I was going to say dinner plate, I guess that works, with our toes, and we're also going to go in both directions as well. And as we go in the circle here, we're going to start to contract not only muscles through the back side of our leg, but also the front side as we pick it up and go around the bend. So about 5 to 10 circles. Once you're done with that, see if you need to roll, find another spot where it feels a little bit sticky. Mine are a little bit closer down towards my ankle than at the meaty part of my calf. Actually, that's a lie. I feel one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. And I'm gonna do the same thing, flex and point. So as you're rolling on the ball, you will want to be turning your leg because you have the lateral gastroc, you have your medial gastroc, there's also your soleus, your perineals, the anterior tibs, so many muscles that are housed through the bottom part of your leg here that we're gonna wanna roll out. It's not just that middle part of your calf. There actually is a lot going on there, and depending on how you apply pressure on the bottom of the foot, that's gonna dictate where on your calf you get sore. So once again, find a spot that feels tight, flex, point for about 5 to 10 times, and go through your ankle rolls, your ankle circles, about 5 in each direction for a total of 10. Now here in your anterior tib, you can take the ball and you can use your hand to roll the ball along your shin, little circles. You can go up and down. For that spot, I also prefer a foam roller, but what you can also do is kind of go into this almost quadruped position, and you could roll it out this way as well if you feel like that hand, using your hand to roll it out isn't really doing much. And it might be that for you, you might not have that much tightness in this spot, but if you're someone that's prone to shin splints, then this would be a really good one to start incorporating into your warm-ups for your runs. Awesome, you guys. So that's all I have for you in terms of how to use this guy to help improve your foot mobility and help with some of the aches and pains that are common for runners. Like I mentioned, plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, calf tightness, shin splints. Using this ball for your warm-up is really going to make such a huge difference in your runs and helping you to generate more power, generate more strength, ultimately helping you to become a stronger, faster runner. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. If you like this video and learned something new from it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you like this video, that you learned something from it, and that you would like more educational content like this. So it really helps me create more content to what you guys like. And if you have anything that you would like me to talk about, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below, or you can message me on Instagram. I do personally respond to the comments here and on my Instagram, and I would love to hear from you. If you would like to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and I will see you guys in my next video next week. Have a good one.